Welcome, sweet friend. It's Ashley Clarke with Earthkeeper Yoga, and I'm here once again in my studio here in Birmingham, Alabama. And I welcome you to a gentle yoga practice. So we're in the month of November, and one of the things that I keep seeing everywhere is these memes and people posting about it's No-vember. And so what I'm going to offer for you today is to say no to whatever doesn't feel like something you might want to try. We are going to challenge ourselves just a little bit today. So again, if it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't feel like something you want to try, just hang with me and we'll move on to something pretty quickly. For today's class, make sure that you have access to a couple of blocks as well as your trusty blanket or beach towel. You can go ahead and grab those things and I'll meet you right here on the mat. All right, sweet friend, as we get started today, we are going to start on our backs. So I'm going to welcome you to go ahead and come down. You can keep those knees up towards the sky and let everything else just kind of rest against the back of your mat. Let's pay attention to the crown of the head reaching towards the back of the mat, as well as the chin being parallel with the shoulders. And those palms can face up. Really let those shoulders sink down to the mat. The heart opens just a little bit. And then we're going to send some awareness to the low spine. So tuck that tailbone, flatten through that low back. You're going to feel some engagement through the core there. And go ahead and close your eyes. Find a nice big deep cleansing breath. Just check in with how you're feeling here. And notice how just that engagement in the low core is changing your breath as it moves in and out of your body through your nose. And give it 2 more breaths. Last one. And beautiful. Take a breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. And let the body fully relax into the mat. So don't worry about engaging through the core. We'll send the arms up over the head and then relax those shoulders back down a bit. And you can let those elbows naturally find a little soft bend. Check the position of the head one more time. And then give yourself another cleansing breath. Now let that breath start deep down, low in the belly. Feel that breath come all the way up through the ribs, expanding through the ribs, nice and deep, all the way up to the collarbones. And then slowly release the breath from the collarbones, through the ribs, and all the way back down to the belly. Like you're riding a little wave with the breath here. So inhale. A wave crests at the top of the collarbones, and then exhale. And just moving through, finding your rhythm here. Three more. Last one. Beautiful. We're going to send the arms up towards the sky and then let those fingers interlace and just start to circle the wrists together. So you're just releasing anything that might be in the joints at the wrist. Before we put any weight on them, it's nice to get just a little synovial fluid going through there. And as long as your wrists are moving, there's really no wrong way to do this. Beautiful. All right, from here, keep the palms together and bring them up over your head. Bring the knees to 90 degrees and flex through the feet. Take an inhale, and then exhale, let those knees fall over to the right, big stretch through that left hip flexor. Inhale through center, and then exhale over to the left. Now, having the arms up over the head means you've really got to engage through the core so that you don't just fall over to either side. We don't have our little kickstand, if you will. So try to move with the breath. Keep those feet flexed. Notice any tension building through the jaw. And sometimes bringing the top of your tongue to the roof of your mouth can help. Last round. Beautiful. Bring the knees back up to center. Flex through those feet. Inside of the legs are touching. Start to spin those ankles, circling them. Just getting a little synovial fluid going through the joints, but we've got some engagement through the legs to keep them together. So we're warming up the belly and getting a little agni or fire going there. And as it gets colder, we warm from the inside out. So we'll do one more round each direction. And then send the legs up towards the sky, arms follow, shoulders relax, shake it all out. Deep breath whenever you need it. And then you have choices. You can roll over to one side and press yourself up, or you can bring the hands right at the crease at the back of the low thigh and rock up and all the way over into your table. And when you get into this table, we're gonna spread the fingers nice and wide. Make sure those wrists are under the shoulders and the knees are right under the hips. And then we're gonna find a flat back, reaching the crown of the head towards the top of your mat. Just hold it here nice and strong throughout the body. And deep breath whenever you need it. Beautiful. We're going to start a flow from here. So this will be your inhale. And then exhale, sit it back to child's. Inhale through center, curl toes. Exhale, down dog. Inhale through center. Exhale, child's. Nice, big, deep, long breaths as you move into your down dog. Notice the places where you can maintain softness and where you're having to ask your body to be a little bit more engaged. Let's do 2 more complete rounds. So finishing this round and then 2 more. And then we'll meet in that down dog. You can pedal through the feet. And then come into a moment of stillness. Let's bend both knees, hover them down near your mat, and then exhale. Extend back into that down dog. Last one. Beautiful. Go ahead and walk your feet up to meet your hands, top of the mat. We'll meet there in that forward fold. Big bend in the knees if you need that. Head hangs heavy. And give yourself a breath. And we'll move into that inhale halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale here. Now exhale, slow rise, full mountain, arms come up over the head. And then exhale, bring those palms down in front of your heart, bow chin to chest. Notice your feet connected to the mat. That energy is really moving through your body, so use that breath moving in and out of your nose to regulate the breath here. Beautiful. Take an inhale, reach the arms and the gaze up. And then exhale, forward fold. Give yourself a little side to side sway here. One more breath. And then go ahead and grab your blocks, put one in each hand, take an inhale halfway, exhale, release, inhale here, exhale, slow rise, you're coming into mountain, there's a block in either hand, give yourself a breath. We're actually going to move all the way to the back of the mat. And we're going to move right into balance. So I'm going to ask you to put your blocks, so I like to call this the tallest setting. So hold your blocks as if they're on the tallest setting. Take an inhale, send both blocks up over your head. Exhale, release the shoulders down. Take an inhale here. And move body weight over to that left foot. Fresh breath. And then exhale, start to tilt. You're going to send that right leg behind. Hands come down to the blocks. Right leg goes up towards the sky for a standing split. And go ahead and mentally prepare. We're going to bring ourselves all the way back up. Now remember, this is a no if you need it to be. Take an inhale. Exhale, come all the way back up. Here's your mountain. Resettle the feet. Give yourself a breath. Beautiful. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, shoulders settle. Fresh breath. Moving that body weight over to the right, light on those left toes. Take a fresh breath. And then exhale, start to tilt forward and back. Hands come down, blocks touch the floor, left leg up towards the sky. Big standing splits here. Stretching through that hamstring. Letting the head hang heavy here. And go ahead and mentally prepare. Here we go. Nice big inhale. Exhale, coming back up. Resettling, taking a breath. Beautiful. Inhale here. And then exhale, bring those blocks out in front. Pull the shoulders in line. Sit it back to chair. Send those blocks out front. Tuck that tailbone in. Long, low back. And bring the blocks to the floor, either side of the mat. And then inhale, slow rise all the way back up. All right, we're gonna try to do that same thing, but bring our hands all the way to the mat. Don't worry, we're not gonna come up this time. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, shoulders settle. And take an inhale. Move that body weight over to the left foot, and then a slow tilt down towards the mat. Right leg up towards the sky. Once your hands make it onto the mat, keep that right leg up. We're coming into a three-legged dog. And now into a 3 posted plank. Beautiful, right leg comes down to the mat. Inhale back into your down dog. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Forward fold. Feel into that right side of the body and to the left. Noting any differences throughout the body. Let's inhale halfway long spine. And exhale, slow release. Inhale here. Exhale, slow rise. We'll bring those arms all the way back up over the head. Bring the palms down in front of the heart. Give yourself a breath. Beautiful. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, settle the shoulders. Bring that body weight over to the right side and then fresh breath. Exhale, left leg goes back as the hands come down to the mat. Walk it into a 3-legged dog. Beautiful 3-post plank. Beautiful, left leg comes to the mat, back to your down dog. So beautiful, you've got this. Take one more breath. And then slowly let those knees start to come down to the mat. Walk those hands forward just a bit. You're gonna slowly let these hips start to tilt forward, and there is your up dog. Before you lift weight onto the tops of the feet, make sure you feel nice and strong through the arms. Big stretch through the belly. Nice. Knees come to the mat, hips go back. Breathe, child's pose. Breathing in and out, taking a cleansing breath if you need it. And then we'll meet back in our table. All right, as you're ready, bring those blocks back to the top of your mat. Meet me in your table, and then curl your toes, lift your hips, down dog. All right, strong through both arms and that right leg. You're gonna take this left leg and bring the knee up towards the belly button, and then extend the leg long outside over there to the right. Let this right foot turn in towards center and reach the right arm up towards the sky. Right arm comes down. Make your way back into your down dog and give yourself a nice, big, deep breath. Beautiful. Right knee bends up towards the belly, and then the right foot extends over to the left. Left foot comes down. Left arm lifts towards the sky. Beautiful, left arm comes down. Make your way back into your down dog. Take a breath. Exhale, let those knees come down to the mat. Walk those hands forward just a bit. Let the hips fill or tilt forward. And here's your up dog. Beautiful, knees come to the mat. Send the booty back and give yourself a child's pose. Really use that breath moving in and out of the nose to calm that energy and that faster heart rate. Beautiful. Inhale into your table. We're going to come down to elbows. So elbows come right under shoulders. Palms are face down towards the floor. And then curl your toes. See if you can move into an elbow plank. Lower this right knee under the right hip. Come to hands. And then lift the left leg. Go ahead and step it through. We're in that kneeling crescent pose. Inhale, bring it up. Fresh breath. Exhale those hands down in front of the heart. Chin is in parallel with the shoulders, crown of the head towards the sky. Inhale here. Exhale that right elbow over to the left knee, getting a twist here. Reach the crown of the head away. Beautiful. Inhale. Come back to center. Take that right hand down, right under the right wrist, and then curl these right toes. Go ahead and find a low lunge. Go right back into the twist, sending the left arm up towards the sky. Strong through that right arm. And then you want this left knee right over the left heel, squeezing the inside of the left thigh, just like we did when we were on our backs on the floor. Beautiful. Left hand comes down. Step it back. Find your down dog. Move into your plank. Lower your knees. Come to elbows. Palms flat on the floor, on the mat. Curl toes, elbow plank. And left knee comes down under left hip. Come to hands. Right leg lifts, steps through. Here's that kneeling crescent, rising up. Settle the shoulders. Hands come together in front of the heart. Long spine here, inhale. And then exhale, left elbow over to that right knee. Gaze towards that right elbow. Big twist here, reaching the crown of the head away. Squeezing the inside of that right thigh. One more breath. Come back to center. Beautiful. Left hand comes down. Go ahead and curl those left toes, coming into that lunge. And then that right arm goes up towards the sky. Knee stays over ankle here. Gaze up towards those right fingers. Really pull that right knee over the heel. Beautiful. Right hand comes down. Step it back. Down dog. Use down dog as a resting pose. And then begin to scoop that heart forward, coming into a plank, lowering the knees. Let's go right into our up dog. One more breath. Beautiful. Knees come to the mat, send the hips back. Here's that breathe child's pose. And it may feel really nice to shimmy through the hips. Just shimmying side to side, releasing whatever's there. And give it one more breath. Beautiful. Making your way back into your table. Curl toes, lift hips. Here's a down dog. And give it one more breath. Walk hands towards feet. We'll meet at the back of the mat in a forward fold. We'll take that inhale halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale down low. Exhale, slow rise, finding a full mountain, rippling up through the crown of the head, flat through the low back, palms facing forward. Give yourself a cleansing breath. Beautiful. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. And give yourself another side to side sway. What's there? What wants to release? Beautiful. All right. From here, we're going to start to walk the hands all the way forward into a down dog. And then we're going to lift that right knee back up towards the belly. And then let that right foot come outside of the left leg. We're going for wild things. So the left leg extends long. The right knee is still over the right ankle. And the right arm is up towards the sky. Left shoulder right over left wrist. Beautiful. Bring that left hand down to the mat. Slow release. And we're going to see if we can get into this left hip. So really press through that left hand. Reach this right hand to the right knee and breathe. So we're getting a little bitty stretch through that left side body. Beautiful. Inhale, right hand comes back down under the right shoulder. Press into that right foot. We're going back to that down dog. Left knee comes up towards the belly, spinning on that right foot. The left leg extends long. Right shoulder right under right. Right shoulder right over right wrist. Left arm up towards the sky. Slowly lower this right hip. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. All right, let the right hand come down, left hand comes down. You're going to roll right onto your belly. And then bring those elbows under shoulders. Release through the glutes, chin down towards chest. Ripple up into a Sphinx pose. Heart shining forward, breath still heavy. And give it one more breath. Lift this right knee up to outside of the right hip. So left knee is in line with that right hip, and you're on elbows under shoulders. Curl the left toes, lift the hips, bring the right knee under the right hip, and then come to hands. Kick the right foot out, let the left hand come to the mat, and reach that left hand over. See if you can lift this left leg. Reach through the crown of the head. Hold it 2 more breaths. And beautiful. Lower the left foot, lower the left hand, bring the right knee back under the right hip. Well, it didn't really move, just the right foot goes back. And then press it back. Here's a plank. Lower all the way down. Release through the low back body. Elbows come under shoulders, chin down towards chest, ripple up. Here's a Sphinx pose. Get my blanket out of the way. And bring that left knee up even with the left hip. One more breath. Beautiful. Curl right toes to lift hip. Left knee comes under left hip, coming to hands. And then you're going to kick that left leg out to the left. Here's that kneeling side angle, and we're going to lift this right foot up, breathing in and out. You've got this. And if you don't have this, that's fine too. Beautiful. Right hand comes down. We're going to bring this right knee in and then let the fingertips touch the top of your mat. Send the booty back. Nice big stretch through the shoulders. Release through the hips. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Last breath. And bring your hands up. We're going to kick the feet over to one side so that we can come to a seated position. And we're going to extend the legs nice and long. So in a nice wide V. No blanket or beach towel underneath the legs or underneath the booty here. I've found that when I have the legs extended long, it doesn't really feel nice to be sitting up on the blanket. All right, so we're going to send the fingertips outside of the hips. Crown reaches towards the sky. Take an inhale, reach the arms and the gaze up. And then hinge at the hips. Let those hands come down. Big stretch through the hamstrings. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Soften through the jaw, soften the kneecaps. Use those exhales. And give it 2 more breaths. Last one. Beautiful. Use those hands to walk yourself back up and bring the legs out in front. Bend this right knee, let it cross over the left leg. And then you're going to think about really having a nice tall spine. Bring the hands down on either side of the hips, just like we did little Spider-Man fingers, I like to call them. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, let's twist over to that right side. So elbow can hug that right knee in. Right hand acts like a little kickstand. If you feel like it's really hard to breathe here, come out just a little bit. It shouldn't be difficult to breathe. And give it one more breath. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, come on back around. We'll extend that right leg long, bring this left leg over and it crosses, tall spine, fingertips back out to either side. We'll take an inhale, send those arms up, and then exhale, we're gonna cross over to that left side. Keep the spine nice and tall. Yes, that breath is still a little heavy. And give it one more breath. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Exhale back to center and then uncross the legs. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, hands down to those shins or ankles. Butterfly those legs really far up. Reach through the crown of the head. Take an inhale. And then exhale, press the knees down as the chin comes down towards the chest. Big stretch there. Release the shoulders, really getting into the top of the collarbones and top of the shoulders. Release through the jaw. Give it 2 more breaths. Really press those knees towards the floor. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Bring those knees back up, grab one of your blocks, and we're going to set up for, we'll just do a modified boat. To be honest with you, doing a full boat is really difficult for me, but if you want to do a full boat, you go right ahead. So we're going to have the hands in prayer position around the block, find your boat pose, and then start to twist. Inhale, exhale through center. Keep that long spine. Squeeze the inside of the legs. Twisting the upper body, building some strength through the middle of the back and through the core. Let's do one more each side. We've got this. Beautiful. Lower that block, lower onto your back. Bring those knees all the way up to the chest or outside of the ribs. And go ahead and massage that low back. Give yourself a nice big cleansing breath. And see if you can reach for that block. Bring the feet down to the mat. Press into the feet just to lift the booty enough to let that block come long ways on the medium setting onto the mat. Now, if you feel like your upper back is scrunched up, I like to press into the back of my head and really give myself some space. And then we're just gonna send the legs back up towards the sky. So a little break for the heart. You should be feeling a lot of weight on the back. Let those arms go wherever it feels okay. And then find that wave of breath. When you're ready, it's going to be in the belly, and then the ribs, up to the collarbones, and then right back down. Two more breaths. Beautiful. Lower the knees, lower the feet. Press into the feet to remove that block. Let the legs extend long. Let the arms fall out to the side. Give yourself a deep cleansing breath. And rest. As you're ready, you can slowly begin to bring some awareness back into this space. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle wrists and ankles. Reach your arms up over your head. Give yourself that full body stretch. Point the toes, reach the fingertips. And then allow yourself to roll onto one side or the other. Completely soft into the mat. And then when that feels complete, I'll meet you back in a comfortable seat. We'll bring our hands together at our heart, bow chin to chest. As we close our time together today, I have a quote for you. It says, "If your glass is half empty, pour it into a smaller glass." May November be good to you. May it nourish you and encourage you and strengthen in you. And may you know kindness. May you be kind. Until we meet together again, gratitude for practicing with me today. Namaste.